and I'm making another soap. This one is going to be called Honeyed Fig and Saffron, and I just had to have it because it sounded so good. Okay, so I have my oils and butters and everything melted. This beautiful pot of creaminess and goodness is all my additives, so aloe vera, buttermilk, and coconut milk, and goat's milk, and white clay, colloidal oatmeal, yogurt. That's about it. I think it's probably enough for anybody. Point of all these is that they bring incredible luxury to your soap. Really good for your skin, helps clarify your skin, gives a nice slip, you know, when you're rubbing the soap in your hands and it sort of slips between your hands, lovely skin feel. I mean, it's just, this is primo stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to mix that in. No lye or anything in there at the moment. Okay, so speaking of lye, here we go. This is it. And this has silk in it. And the silk gives it an incredible skin feel as well, and great slip and luxury, and you can definitely feel the difference. If you make soap with silk or without, you can totally feel the difference. I don't care what anybody says. That's why I always say my soaps are affordable luxury, because I did a costing and all the additives cost as much as it does to make the soap itself, like the base soap. And some people think I'm nuts for doing that, but you know, I'm going to make the best stuff I can. I'm not going to do just bog standard. Anybody who knows me knows bog standard is not my style. I don't do ordinary, I'm afraid. There's no fun in ordinary, you know? It's very dull. I'm quite warm, my glasses are all steaming up. Actually, they need a good wipe down with some alcohol. But anyway. Okay, I need a couple of jugs. I like to buy my jugs the same sort of size. And I'll take one back that I had the milks in. Where's the other? It's here. So, yeah, I like to have them the same size because then it's easy when you're pouring them out and you want them kind of even. It's much easier to eyeball whether they're even or not. So I'm going to do, actually I don't need 2 jugs really. I'm going to do, this will be mostly a smaller jug. Actually I don't need that. I need 2 smaller jugs. This is my lye water one, which I might just give away. Right, so I'm going to do white with a dark purple, really dark purple swirl, but mostly it's going to be gold. The majority of it is going to be gold. So if I get my gold mica out, because I've already just recently decanted into new containers, and some of them still have the end of the security tab on them. I hadn't taken them off. I'm going to do probably like a spoon and a half at the beginning, because I want a kind of pretty strong gold in there, and this one is a very dark purple. And then, as I usually do, and if you've ever watched my videos, you'll know, a little bit of white. Not as a colour per se, but more of as an accent. Highlight, if you will. Okay, do always do the lighter colours first. And burp your stick blender. That means hold it at an angle and bang it up and down, and you will actually see the air bubbles pop out. And it looks like it's burping. Scrape off the majority of that. Again, you don't want the white to tone down your other colours. It's a highlighter, not like a pastel. I'm going to just mix this in, just stir it in a little first, and then zhuzh it. What I always do is look at the side of the container to see if there's any lumps, and I can see lumps. So that means the mic isn't fully mixed. So a bit of hand stirring, a bit of stick blending. Remember, you don't want this to go to maximum level of emulsification either, or not emulsification, a trace. You don't like a heavy trace in this. So don't forget the benefit and the beauty of a bit of hand blending too. Oh yeah. Exactly what I want. Now, I think I said in a previous video fairly recently that I find purples, purple colours tend to make the soap set up a bit more. I'd be interested to hear anybody else who might have a view, good or bad, on that. Agree or not agree. Could just be my personal experience of it. Wash my stick blender there out. Makes it easier. After the fact to tidy it up. Right. Okay, I want to add the fragrance in. Majority in there, some in there, a little bit in that, and the last bit in there, because it's the most. And I know that bottle holds exactly as much as I need. Right, so oh my god, that smells gorgeous. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you get the figgy notes, but they're not like really strong. But you definitely get the honey notes too. It's I would imagine Runce's Cures is going to be fairly subtle, so for those who don't like their fragrances screaming at them, you could, oh that's good, you could be onto a winner here. Right, mix this one up. Now that's the perfect colour for like the outside of a black fig, which is what I've been trying to recreate. Oh, really honey notes. But there's a spice to it, which is probably the saffron, I'd imagine. Is not supposed to discover, so we shall see. So we need our molds, which are here. We're going to start with the gold. It's real old gold, sort of Christmassy gold colour. Before I do anything, I spy some. Just wash these molds out so there's a little bit of water just on the edges. And I just don't want that making an imperfect line, because I am a perfectionist, if you hadn't noticed. These buckets is a bit ungainly, so at least okay. So then we're going to move to our white, I think, a little bit white. Not a huge amount. The edges, and then our purple. Now see, that's definitely gotten thicker than the others. Stir. If you keep stirring your soap in between pours, helps keep it fluid and easier for you to pour. These are really ungainly. So just take it nice and easy and slow. Not to rush at anything, it's not a race. Oh, ow, 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 that's hurting me. Crushing my own fingers with the plastic handle. Let's get it about even. Oop. Enough for tops, I think. So a bit more white. A bit more purple, which I'm going to mix in between. Well, this purple has almost like a slightly brownish tinge to it. Hope you can see that. Which is absolutely the colour of black figs. We had them in Turkey and they were just divine. So tasty. Straight off the trees. And what a perfume. All of that from the top. Yeah. So I give it a little bit bang. Alrighty. Clean off my chopstick. And I'm going to try and do a figure eight. How did I do it before? No, that way. No, I don't think that's figure eight, but anyway. It's a swirl. What can you do? Okay, and this one. Oh, that's tidy. Just on top. So I'll bang that out again. Just because the swirling can put air bubbles in without you knowing it. And definitely without you wanting it. Okay, so then we just do the tops. See that? The shine on that's amazing, isn't it? So yeah, I'm going to try and soap each day this week after work and catch up on all the delays I've had. We're trying to get to Christmas, autumn, winter stuff, and some were my fault because I could have finished the room earlier. But it's a hell of a lot of work getting a soaping room sorted, I'm telling you. You don't realise. You really don't realise how much work it is. Until you go do it. And I'm not really one for manual work. You may be surprised. I'm really glad I did this actually today because I was feeling kind of crap, kind of down, a bit spaced out. I suppose grief does that to you. You just kind of go with the flow, but it's kind of crap. Especially when you just get in from work and your husband is in the car and he picks you up and the first thing you do is cry. He's like, oh my god, what happened? Nothing, I just feel crap. Isn't that gold amazing? That looks like honey if I ever saw it. Like liquid caramel. So yeah, so I thought, oh, I'll just go home and I'll go to bed early, and I thought, nah, that's moping, because that's what I do when I mope. I take to my bed, so go in and prep those oils. Even if I don't make something, they're prepped for when I do want to. And I know myself that if I do it, I'll just go in the soap. So I'm really glad I did now. Well, they talk about art therapy But I bet you money there are people out there who do soap therapy. I bet you money there's a lot of soapers started because they felt rubbish about something. Get off this thing. That's done. Maybe girls get really hot when they soap, or it's just me. I'm absolutely boiled alive. Okay, so tidy up a tiny bit. I got to go in my mica spoon. I'm not going to clean the mica off. Leave it on there. Oh, it's quite soft, which is nice. Behaved very well. Very happy with it. Good fragrance. Now if I wanted a more defined top, I could just leave it for a bit. I actually quite like the softness of it. Leave it on. I'll come back to it maybe. Ah, it's a big blob of soap. Second one is usually a tiny bit more set up by the time you come to do the top. So it tends to hold the top a little bit easier. So it's lovely fragrance, not overly sweet.